Hello, I want to talk to you today about alcohol and your health, okay? Alcohol and your health. And so I was talking this week, and a young lady in the audience said to me, what was all this talk about opioids? And I said to her that opioids are bad because you can take one use and it's the end of your life. You stop breathing and you die. But I said for an alcohol user, they can make multiple trips to the bar, multiple trips to the liquor store before they really start to see health problems, okay? And so I just thought, hey, you know what, just talk about alcohol and your health. And so when you think about alcohol, you think about a depressant, you think about a substance that slows down brain activity, okay? Slows down the way nerves kind of communicate with each other. But when you think about the health impact alcohol has, that's a really slow process, okay? And most of us think about the liver. We think about alcohol, we think about the liver. And the liver is on the right side of our body. It's a large organ, the largest internal organ. It does a lot of functions, okay? It helps with blood clotting. It helps with fat being broken up when you eat your food. It releases bile and causes fat to be broken up, and so it's easily digested. It stores sugar. It stores blood. It helps with the making of certain hormones in our body. It's an incredible organ, okay? And we can't live without the liver. But when a person drinks alcohol, the liver is responsible for breaking it down. It considers it toxic, folks. It considers it a poison. And it goes about trying to break down alcohol. And that process takes about an hour for an average drink. That's like a 12-ounce beer. That's a 5-ounce glass of wine. That's a 1.5 ounce of strong drink, like your vodkas or your liquors. And so if you drink faster than an hour that the liver can break it down, you're going to have impairment. You're going to have maybe intoxication, or you're going to feel a little different, okay? And so over time, the liver being introduced to alcohol, okay, it just coming into the body, can set up what we call inflammation, okay? Inflammation is pretty much what we call hepatitis. So the liver is hepatitis, is inflammation. So the liver becomes inflamed, becomes swollen. And when that swelling heals, it heals as a scar. It heals as a scar, and the person is with what we call cirrhosis. Now, it takes about 10 years for a heavy drinker. That's someone who's drinking about 4 or 5 drinks every day, most days of the week. And that could be a man or a woman, on average about 4 to 5. Men can drink a little bit more than women because men have more water in their bodies, they have more muscle, and so alcohol is not easily absorbed in the man's body compared to a woman's body. So, but over time, this alcohol is damaging this liver. And in about 10 years of drinking, about 10 to about somewhere around 30% of the people will develop cirrhosis, okay? You're talking about a swollen liver that heals now, but it heals as scar tissue, and that is cirrhosis, okay? That is cirrhosis when that heals like that. And that person will look to have this huge belly, which we call ascites, A-S-C-I-T-E-S, and that is fluid in their belly. This is because the liver does play a role in storing blood, and so now when the liver is not functioning well, fluids just really get backed up, okay? That's one cause for that. condition. Another one you might see is the yellowing of the eyes and yellowing of the skin, and they're now what we call jaundice. Some people call it yellow jaundice, okay? But this is old red blood cells that have been used up. After about 120 days, red blood cells have sort of expired, okay? And now they lose their pigmentation. They're no longer red. They're yellow, and the liver does the job of getting them out of our system, breaking them down, getting them out of our system. But when that's not able to be done, these yellow cells are now floating throughout the person's body, and they look yellow, okay? And if this is going on, and if the liver is this damaged, they're in need of a new liver. They're in need of a new liver. And what I see is individuals will come into treatment and have to show that they've been in treatment for 6 months to at least be a candidate for a new liver, okay, folks? At least be a candidate for a new liver. So this is the most serious condition that happens as a result of drinking, and that is cirrhosis of the liver. They can also get pancreatitis. The pancreas is an organ right behind the stomach that plays a role in releasing insulin. Insulin, for the diabetic folks, helps with taking what we eat, taking the sugars that we eat, and like a key, opening up the cells and allowing sugar to get into those cells and nourish our bodies. And so when a person is drinking, because alcohol is toxic, it damages the pancreas. It makes the pancreas now not be able to function. One of the other functions of the pancreas is that it releases enzymes or chemicals that help with digestion, okay? And so when the pancreas is damaged as a result of alcohol, the pancreas now works on itself. The enzymes that would have normally released in your stomach is now being released in the pancreas and eating the pancreas away. And it's a very painful condition that people may have. And this may be like a one-time episode, or it can become a chronic condition where they have episodes or reoccurrences of this disorder, pancreatitis, okay? And so those are two big things, cirrhosis of the liver and pancreatitis. Not the name, that what alcohol does to the brain, okay? But that's all I really wanted to share, and that is that alcohol can damage the liver, that it takes on average about 10 years for that to happen, and affects about 10 to 30% of the people who are heavy drinkers, who are drinking on a regular basis, okay? Maybe 4 to 5 drinks a day, most days of the week, okay? So those are some things to think about. Because it takes so long before you really see the health damages of alcohol, people just tend to drink. They just know their liver might be bad. They might know they have pancreatitis. But they just find a way to continue to drink. Even though their life becomes unmanageable, even though things around them are falling apart, they really don't have to wait till they have health challenges or health dangers. They can just see, as far as relationships and jobs and just routine things that they're doing in life is just becoming unmanageable, to get the motivation to stop drinking. But that's not my talk today. It was just about health and how the alcohol affects your health. And so I'm Joseph McCray. I'm a registered nurse. And I want to tell you about a great book called Valuable. You probably can't see it too well on this camera shot. But it's a book that I talk about alcohol, and it's on Barnes & Nobles online. It's also on Amazon.com. There's a chapter in here called All Those Bottles, and I talk about alcohol. And great book, grab it and get some more information. Thank you.